goes back to this blackening. And the blackening normally, and I wrote a whole essay about this, the three conditions that make us black. 1, land dispossession. 2, dispossession of our labor. 3, destruction and dispossession of the African beings. They destroyed our African beings. And out of those processes, then we were, what here I go on to talk about, Fanon's thingification of a people. Out of these relationships, and I leave all this stuff out, the important point to make is that today in the white world exists two relationships which intersect, if you like. The relationship between whites and black is a vertical one. And from this relationship, it doesn't matter what language you speak, what culture you have, what sexual orientation you are, and so what age you are just black. That's how the white world treats you. Of course, when we do it in a horizontal fashion amongst ourselves, then these differences begin to make sense. But in the relationship between us and white people, our gender, there is no question of your gender that matters. In fact, recently, if you think about the students of the University of Free State, when there was a fight, they were beating black guys and black women with the same energy. They were not saying, oh, this one is a woman, needs a different treatment. The white world, when it looks at us, it does not differentiate us by our sexual preferences, identities, our language, our cultures, our age, and so on. There is no gender agency there. A black man is not a man in the white world. He is a child and a boy. The black woman is a property. You know, this is the unfortunate thing which happened with the misunderstanding, that some people then said, when we argue this point, they said that we're justifying violence. Under slavery, black women could not legally be raped. Legally be raped does not mean rape does not happen, but because you are property, the slave master does it, they wish with you. You can't go to any court and say, I am being violated, right? But what we know now also is that, by the way, public raping of black men under slavery was an occurrence. That was very general. That was part of breaking down the slave. So you will, as a slave who's fighting, as a male slave, you will be raped publicly by the master to break you down. In the same way they rape our sisters, because we're all property. So we're going to understand that relationship.